Hey, what's up? It's Dave Audé. Welcome to my studio. Some of the artists I've worked with: U2, Coldplay, Rihanna, Katy Perry, Madonna, Nelly Furtado, Sting. It's always good when you get artists appreciating what you do. So here's my remix of Chris Brown, Don't Judge Me. So let's listen to the drum loop. It's a real basic kick clap loop. And sometimes I like to go ahead and record my kick and clap together and get a nice audio balance and then process that, as opposed to processing the kick and the clap and the shaker and all that separately. It's kind of like an old school way of looking at maybe a drum auxiliary bus. Just getting all your drums together and maybe just doing it, affecting everything together. Here's a great plugin called the C6. This is actually a crazy plugin that you need to check out yourself. I'm actually kind of using it as a side chain, and I'm triggering the C6 with my drum loop that I just played you. So you see the input here is bus 31, and that's my usual same bus I use on every song, and I'm bussing my kick snare that you just heard, bus 31. It's triggering my compressor on the bass. So let's just listen to our bass and our drums. And if you look at my C6, you'll see it's ducking every time it sees that kick. Just kind of a good little trick to get the bass out of the way when the kick hits. Nice little trick that David Guetta uses a lot. If you actually check out anything he's talked about online, he's one of those guys that likes to make sure his kick and his bass are always not together. So it helps make room for the kick drum, which is the most important thing when you're making dance music. Let's check out something else cool. So I have I have a little pad here, a little synth pad. Let's listen to that. Another one of my Waves favorite plugins is the Vintage Aural Exciter. It just basically gives life to things. And if you can throw it on a vocal, you can throw it on a synth, you can throw it on even drums, and it just sort of it gives a little bit of life. This specific synth needed a little bit of life. So here it is without the Aphex Vintage Aural Exciter. And here it is with the Vintage Aural Exciter. What a great plugin just to make something sound a little livelier and just have a little more life. This is actually a pretty cool plugin that came out quite a few years ago, but it's something I use a lot. It's the Trans X. What I use it mostly for is if I want to take the attack off of something or if I want to add more of an attack on something. So what would be a good reason to add more of attack? Well, I have a keyboard here. So you put it in. Now, you're going, well, Dave, how did you do that? I don't understand how that plugin works. You know what? Listen to all the presets. They have great presets. So on this specific plugin, it's really simple. There's two presets you want to check out: Mega Kick and Soft Kick. Just use those to start out. Doesn't have to be a kick drum, by the way. It can be anything. It could be a bass, it could be a synth. But let's say I have a drum loop that I want to put on top of an existing kick drum. Well, I want to soften the attacks of that drum loop so this doesn't fight with my kick drum. So that's another great use for that plugin. So another one of my favorite plugins in the last couple of years has been from the Waves Signature Series. Well, I love all of the Waves Signature Series, but some of my favorites are the Jack Joseph Puig. And I pretty much use this green looking plugin on almost every song. And I use it for a lot of synths and piano. Just trust me, pull it up, throw it on some synths, throw it on your synth bus, throw it on your piano bus, just using the presets they have. So you have 2 presets here. So here's what I'm using it for today. Nice little lead synth bus, and I want to give it a little more life, and I want to compress it, smash it, and give it a little more presence. Now this plugin, I don't really use the presets. What I do use is the starting points. If you look at the bottom of the plugin, there's a starting point for synth, strings, and piano. So just click one of those presets on the plugin and just use your ears. But it works out pretty good. I also like to use that plugin for piano. Check out this piano. And I just clicked on the piano setting, and then I'm adjusting from there because it's a good place to start. So here's my piano without it. And then with the plugin, Jack Joseph Puig, let's see what you can do. You know, Jack's made these plugins because he knows where the piano and where the synth usually sit in the mix. So he's adjusted these plugins just to give you a good starting point where they normally sit in his mixes, when the guy's done a zillion mixes. So great plugin, especially for guys like me that are working very fast, and I just need something to sound good right now. I don't want to do a lot of adjusting, and that's why I love these Signature Series plugins. Another Signature Series plugin that I love is the Maserati series. Wow, what a great plugin. Why? Easy to use. And the Maserati has a bunch of plugins. Today we're going to talk about the vocal plugin of the Signature Series, and I'm using it in conjunction with, you could have guessed it, the JJP for vocals. Now that vocal probably sounded really good in the original record with the original production, but in my production has a lot more going on in the dance remix, so I had to make sure it, you know, punches through nice. So in this case, let's get both these plugins up here. There's 3 buttons on the bottom of the plugin: male 1, male 2, and female. Pick which one you want. See if it sounds good. Make some adjustments. You don't have to think about it. It's very easy to use. It's the best part about these plugins. About me, and you can stomach the thought of someone touching my body when you're so close. Obviously, there's some level gain there, but you know, it just really helps glue everything together. These plugins. Put a little bit of the Maserati one on top of that. About me, and you can stomach the thought of someone. And the track just comes to life. Again, the Maserati vocal plugin has got 3 different contours over here, 1, 2, and 3. Just try them all. Find one you like. It's just, again, the greatest part about these plugins is if you're not Jack Joseph Puig or Tony Maserati and you haven't mixed thousands of records, you're just starting out your career, or maybe you've worked on 100 records, but maybe you want to save time doing mixes. These are great plugins because they save you time. They come up immediately. They already sound good. You don't have to think about EQ, compression too much, and they're very easy to use. I'm going to give you guys my master fader here on this song. So I got a little bit of EQ, just pulling off the lows and the highs at about 30 hertz on the bottom and about 18 kilohertz on the top. And that's why a lot of us guys that are making music are able to get so much more level. So, and then I just put a little API 2500 compressor. That's my main auxiliary master bus. And those are some plugins I love to use.